Well. Welcome to season 2 of Stav's True Plan. I've decided that every year I'm going to have a brand new season, and maybe I'll try to change up the look a little. We'll see what happens. I have a lot in store for this year. I just got a lot of brand new equipment, brand new ideas. I'll be able to accept guests soon, so even more brand new ideas. Also, I have a new podcast coming out soon. Stay tuned for that. I have to figure out all the kinks for that, but I think you guys will really like it. And speaking of really liking, I think you'll really like this episode. I hope you enjoy. What's poppin', homies, and welcome to Stav's True Plan, the podcast where it just keeps getting better and better. Life just gets better and better. I want you to get better and better. As you can see, the set has changed a little. Yeah, the set has changed. It has to. Times are changing. And when that means we have a new year, I don't think I've recorded an episode yet in the new year. So I will say, Happy New Year. I posted it on my Instagram. You should follow me there. One moment. Okay. Just applied some chapstick, because if you don't get any... Hold on. ASMR, anybody? I know you loved that sound. And I hope you love yourself the same way you love these simple things, such as how nice a shirt fits. I already talked about loving yourself, but there's a little different thing I want to teach, at least this year, about loving, and that is the world around you. A gorgeous, beautiful world that we live in. Endless possibilities for you and your family, especially for you. And sometimes you're lost. Sometimes you'd rather not be here. That's okay. I'm going to take a little step back from philosophy for this episode, but it's not going to be a common thing for me. I want to teach more philosophy, but I think I want to have a heart-to-heart this time around. I want to have a heart-to-heart to hearts, multiple. Because I want to have many people to talk to about, especially about this, because I get very passionate about loving life. And a little dust action over here. It just breaks my heart. And I was actually wanting to make this episode about something else, but I thought we could maybe talk about it a little bit too. As if you see, no coffee table book. I forgot it at home. I'm not at home. This is my studio. I hope it looks nice. What I wanted this episode to be initially about was I wanted to be initially about, in life, how we live. We're always going from A to B, or on your end it'd be A to B, because for you this would be the opposite. Like, let's say if you're reading a book, you go left to right. I did right to left, my bad. A to B. That looks better. And in the pursuit of B, when you start at A, many times you keep your head down. You keep your head down and you work towards your goal. I'd like to tell you a little bit of a story. this is not the first time I've tried to film this episode. And I think it's for good reason too. I'll tell you this story. I am filming on campus right now at my college. I'm not going to say where. You don't get to know where. But I'm a part of my college's philosophy departments. And every X day of the week, there's a little philosophy hangout. And I had brought my suitcase full of my recording equipment, ready to record for the day. So I carried it on campus. I brought it to the where I'm going to record. And it just so happens it's Philosophy Thursday. And people are hanging around. I'm like, oh, people who I recognize, people who I don't. I love conversating. So, as a philosopher, I'm not self-acclaimed, by the way, self-appointed. I like to talk to these people. I like to see their minds on things, pick their brains on certain things. I like to talk to them about philosophy of life, which not many people know about, and that's what I'm trying to teach. So let's just say I tried to set up my set and everything in this room, and due to unforeseen circumstances, I wasn't able to get a record in. There was a nice lady who came up to me. She said to me, I'm willing to stay a little longer for you to record. And I was so thankful. But it didn't seem right because I didn't feel proper. It felt rushed. Like she wasn't rushing me, but I didn't want to keep her over because she just wanted to go home. So I angrily packed my bags. I'm packing my bags. Which first, I forgot my computer before I was recording. So I had to go back to where I parked and back to the place I'm recording. So that was fun. So I thought I was going to record and I didn't get to. And I was really disappointed. So as I was packing up, I got really angry. And at times this happens. We're human. We get angry. It just happens, right? So as I was leaving the building, I had noticed, oh no, it was downpouring rain. It was there was so much water for some reason falling out of the sky like this. Like, what you listen to when you go to bed and you search on YouTube, rain sounds. It was like that. But like, think that you copied and pasted the browser tab, so you had 3 or 4 videos of rain falling. That's how much rain was falling, almost comedically, like that much rain. So I'm like, I got no umbrella. I got a 12-minute walk. I'm like, fuck, really pissed. So I made that trek. I am soaking. My suitcase is soaking. And all I was focused on at that very moment was getting to my car. I wanted to get to my car so bad that I ran in the rain full on. My shoes were soaked because I didn't even care. I didn't even care at all. I was stomping and running. Like, let me get to my car right now so I can get home and cry about it, right? And when I got to my car, and I was huffing and puffing in my car, all moist and juicy and wet. I was like this. And then I thought about something. Is that the podcast episode that I was going to record was taking in the beauty of your surroundings when reaching your destination. Because a lot of times we don't do that. And I thought, fuck. A lot of times I don't get to have the privilege of being stuck in rain. And a lot of people think like rain is a negative thing, but I love the rain when I'm in the house. But I thought about it and I'm like, I didn't even get to enjoy the rain falling on me because I was too angry and I just wanted to go. And the rain added insult to injury to what had happened. today, or not today, but that day that happened, I was disappointed that I didn't put my money where my mouth is. But we're human, and we're gonna make those mistakes, and that's common. That's just gonna happen all the time. But the more that I thought about it, the more it just proved to me that I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do in teaching. I have a lot of work to do in using my knowledge for myself. Because, you think the greatest teachers are so good. No, they're not. No, they're not. The greatest teachers on earth sometimes don't even listen to their own lessons. And I struggle with that. Dearly, I do. Oh, yeah. Dearly, I struggle with that. So, what is the lesson of that story? That no matter what, if that hike included a nice breeze and the sun was out, the sun setting, or that downpouring rain, it's all the same earth, right? It's all the same earth. That shouldn't change. That shouldn't add insult to injury. Because what if I was a vampire, huh? If I was a vampire, well, that's different. They actually can get damaged from the sun. But like, what if I was just like a vampire that with a little bit of sun, I was just angry. Like, it's warm. I'm upset now. Yeah, right. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. So the more I thought about wanting to make that a podcast episode, the more I thought, well, maybe I should have an overarching story here, because recently, personal issues, my family and my loved ones are going through a very hard time in their lives right now. And I don't think I have a power, but I can remove myself from the situation. And I think that watching them, it hurts, because they get too caught up in this stress that they're going through, or they get too caught up in what they're feeling at this very moment, that the truth of the world becomes like this to you. And I don't think I've ever like vocalized this. I don't think I've ever actually said it on an episode before, but there are many things certain in life, and there are many things uncertain. There are many things guaranteed, and there are many things not. The one thing that's certain and guaranteed is your end, is the end of your life. I want to leave religion out of this, because I think this can really help people. Because if you live your life actively, you can live by understanding that, okay, I'm not going to be here forever. I have a limited time here. I can't waste time. I need to make every moment count. How I feel right now, it doesn't matter just as much as the grand scheme. Because a lot of people waste. They waste by and you know, happiness is just as an important feeling as sadness. But you want it to be like 75-25% like happiness, sadness, because like we accept sadness. Like, we're not going to be feeling cyst over here. We accept its sadness, we accept our happiness. But it is just in our greatest interest to just generally be happier, because, I mean, although that the negative of life, pain, sadness, anger, are all considered to be negative emotions to avoid, the fact that we can feel that way is beautiful to me. I've always thought the negative is just as beautiful as the positive. But when you're living in the moment, and there's a certain kind of understanding you need to have within what moments need to be in the moment or out of the moment. Like when I was walking in the rain and I was getting drenched, I probably would have benefited a lot more to being out of it and looking at the greater picture here. I think we're all having unique human experiences here. And how special they are. They're so special. Walking in the rain, hugging someone you love, who's not going to be here forever either. So there needs to be a constant bell in your mind that when you look at someone you love, they're going to die. They're going to die. And that you need to have a constant reminder in your head that this desk, I won't be able to feel it forever. This microphone, I won't be able to talk into it forever. And you'll tend to be a lot less wasteful. You'll tend to be a lot less wasteful with what you do. You'll tend to be a lot less wasteful in what you say, especially to other people, since for some reason we all fucking hate each other now. We all hate each other. We're so critical of each other. When if you look to yourself, ooh, like for those of you who are on Spotify, I'm making blinking noises because I'm blinking. People are so hateful. Why? Just because we have a differing opinion? Just because we have different views? Come on. What matters most is your well-being and your health, not what you like to engage in when it comes to discourse. Healthy discourse is fine, and I quite like it. I love it. But this is evil. The world around us is evil. And that can either really upset you, or that can either help you put more faith into what you do. And that can help you pay more attention. Just kind of like this. Don't be so enveloped in your beliefs, because you should be more enveloped in your value. Because your value is the core of the individual. And your beliefs follow shortly after. We're in so much pain, everybody. We're all hurting. We all need to gain a simple understanding that we all fall into the same bullshit sometimes. We all tend to make our great mistakes sometimes. We all tend to do the same things over and over again while we know they're wrong, but we still do them anyway. That's the beauty of being human. But you need to understand that there is a beauty to being human, and there's a beauty to the world around us, and there's beauty in a paper cut. There's beauty in so much. Why do I say this? Why do I preach to you? I say this often, but I'm just going to assume that you know that I've had surgeries in my past. And I'll never forget what was stripped away. I had a lot of my younger years stripped away. I've had a lot of pleasures I'd like to engage in, like, stripped away. But that whole time, it was often for me that I always focused on what I had lost. I had lost the ability to walk. But I gained one of the greatest things in the world to me. And it was a lens that I view the world differently. Not everyone can have shit happen to them like this. Not everyone can have this happen to them. And I'd rather it not, to be honest. I'd rather it not. But just understanding that your mortality is very, very real. It's not going to go away. I love to pretend that I have a God complex sometimes because it helps me further in my goals. Especially, I love going to the gym. I look at it as getting revenge because of what happened to me. I look at it as getting revenge to myself. Like, look, Do you remember all those years you were unable to play soccer or do like walk without pain? I fight that. I was shown the opposite, and it scared me to my core. I don't want it. That's why I'm active. That's why I love going to the gym. Why didn't you guys tell me my shirt was like that? Why didn't you guys tell me? You should have told me. It's not fair. I don't remember what I said, but the conclusion for me here and my goal is that I see how so many people around me hurt so badly. And I try to help and I try to save. And sometimes it's damn near impossible. I don't know what is the right thing to do. That's why I love to teach. I want to teach people that it's okay to hurt. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be in pain. It's okay. The best advice I can give, and I mean it, is to just be. Just be. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost a visit to your therapist. I think you have the ability to fix every problem that you have. It just takes an active brain. It takes extra thought. It takes care. Live actively. Fight against the world's need for you to be cyclic in nature. To be the same. If you live actively, you'll pay so much attention to the world around you, and you'll love it so much. Almost that you'll finally get the feeling that you won't want to die. But next is realizing that dying is what makes it even better. Because it proves to you that of our limited time, that we should make the best of it. So get off of TikTok, for fuck's sake. God damn. You spend so much fucking time on your phone. I'm talking to me right now, but I'm sure this will help one of you too. I have just recently put a timer on my phone. It's over there. I put a timer on my phone for 10 minutes of each app a day. And I have expanded that to one app I did an hour. That's how much I need it? An hour? It takes an hour or two to make this. And I spend that there. For what? Grow the fuck up and get off of your phone and live. Who knows how much time you got left? You might die tomorrow. Pay close attention. Love. Live. Be happy. You owe it to yourself and the people around you because they feed off of you. So if everyone was happy, we'd all be happy. Simple. Simple as that. This has been an episode of Stav's True Plan. I hope you enjoyed. And like I said earlier in the beginning, I am releasing a brand new podcast. It's going to be called... I can't say yet, but I am releasing a new podcast soon. It's going to be centered around sleep and closing your eyes, because sleep is important and very important for your health. I was watching a video, and apparently if you get like 6 hours of sleep a night, you suck. It's true. I don't lie. just look at what every study says about sleeping. It's important. So, anyway, since we all go to sleep, allow me to make it just a little easier. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a beautiful day. I love you. The podcast is called Sleepy Socrates. Stay tuned.